Hey, Chmelaeon.com here. Today I'm going to be showing you some tips and tricks for online business. Whether you're established or you're just getting started, I guarantee you this video is going to help you, so be sure to stick around. These are all of the tools that we find necessary here at Chmelaeon in order to run a successful online business, and I'm also going to be showing some tips and tricks along the way. So before I go any further, as always, we're going to have links in the description below to ensure that you get the best price on the tools that I'm going to be showing you today. And be sure to check out Chmelaeon.com too, guys, because we basically have everything known to man. So let's get started from right to left. I would highly recommend you get a shipping scale, one that at least handles 110 pounds, because if you get maxed out over over the scale's actual capacity, sometimes it ruins it. So a good Accutech or Weighmax are the two top recommended brands on Amazon at the time of this recording, but we'll have links in the description below for shipping scales. I use Canon printers, and I usually get my ink it depends on the pricing, but we'll have links to compare pricing on different marketplaces. But if you can find a printer, I use an MG5420. This is a Canon IP100, which is actually battery powered, which is kind of cool. You can take it along, you can put that thing in a backpack and it'll work. Kind of neat. And here's actually the list of the printers that use this ink, and it is so affordable, it's ridiculous. Now, why do I start with ink? Well, because it's actually going to be the most recurring cost for your business. And any of these printers on this list right here, link in the description below. I use the MG5420. I use this one. But you can get a case of these, and I'm not exaggerating. You're going to spend like 20 to 40 bucks on ink a year, not once a week. Huge cost. A lot of people pay for genuine inks. I'm telling you, I use generics all the time. Never had a problem with clogging or anything like that. Next, get a good pair of work gloves. I highly recommend them. Keep you from getting cut with our next item, which is the box cutter. These are not toys. Be very careful with them. Also get a good tape measure. Pittsburgh's not a bad brand. Stanley, a couple of other ones. You're going to need a tape gun and tape. I use Uline for both my tape gun and my tape. Very affordable, and they come in 110-yard rolls. You don't necessarily need to buy the expensive stuff. 3M, Scotch. 6 rolls of that stuff can be like 20 bucks, where you can get like 36 rolls of this stuff for pretty affordable. Links in the description below. And of course, get a bread knife, because you can actually cut down big boxes, fold over the edges over each other, and you can fit smaller things in bigger boxes. It's also helpful for cutting down foam and other packing materials. Neat tool to have around. One of the most useful tools actually I've ever used. Now check this out. So for the shipping material, if you go on Amazon, or even you might have them on Chmelaeon, but you can get 4 250-foot rolls for like even cheaper than going to a store. Like 4 of these at your doorstep is usually more affordable than even going to like a Lowe's or a Home Depot, just talking out of experience. And these are really quite thick. I mean, here's my hand. I mean, there's a lot of bubble wrap in these, so they'll last you a long time, depending on how much you're shipping. Then I also make sure that I also recommend that you make sure you get some shipping labels. I get the 8.5 by 11 that's split in the middle, and depending on what shipping service you use, you can actually print on one side and then flip it around and put it in the printer again. But you can get 1,000 of these things, I mean, for really dirt cheap on Amazon, which we'll have a link in the description below. And this one was cool enough. The Feng Lam brand actually came with a couple of fragile stickers. I thought that was kind of neat. But even if you can't get fragile stickers, it brings me on to my next item, a good pen and Sharpie. If you don't have fragile, or you don't have to have a ton of these stickers around, you can just have a Sharpie and then write on the box itself, whether it's fragile, hazardous, whatever. Good idea to have a Sharpie lying around. And of course, last but not least, you're going to need some boxes. I will give you this tip and this trick. FedEx, USPS, I think even UPS, I'm not sure about UPS, but those FedEx and USPS provide their own flat rate boxes, or basically their own boxes for free. However, they don't usually have them in these larger sizes. So if you want to have these around the house or around the warehouse in stock, then you can easily put them in a condo closet or anything, really, because when they're nice and which brings me to my next point. When they're nice and flat and they're all neatly prepared together, you don't have to be storing used boxes from Amazon and then trying to save $2 on boxes. Guys, just spend the $20, $30, $40 on boxes and never worry about it again. Well worth the cost. Anyway, it's good to have the big ones around if you're shipping big stuff, but usually, depending on what you're doing, I don't know exactly what your online business is, but if you're selling like arts and crafts, you might not need a 15 by 22 by 16 box. Anyway, that's my tips and tricks video. Hope that someone found that useful. Oh, how could I forget? Butcher paper, also known as table covering or wrapping paper. These come in 1,000-foot rolls. They take up almost no space, and you can put them on a roll, which you can also do with these. I should have mentioned that. This and this can go on a roll, so it's really easy to pack and ship. But this takes up almost no room whatsoever, and it lasts a serious amount of time, even less room than the bubble wrap. And it's the same footage, 1,000 feet, and this is 750. 4 is actually 1,000, so you can see the size comparison. But there's really no excuse these days. If you're looking to start an online business, even if you're in a small condo or something, you can pretty much pull it off with these items. Everything I described here can pretty much fit into a small closet or cubby or under a staircase or whatever. But that's my 2 cents. Get out there, make it happen, guys. These are the tools that we use. Links in the description below. And be sure to check out Chmelaeon.com. We have basically everything from office and computer gear all the way to phone cases, baby clothing, electronics. We're basically a mini Amazon.com. And on that note, as always, Chmelaeon.com is out. Peace.